Hello, chef. Now, you're probably thinking, wait, I'm not a chef. Well, you are now. Today, we will learn about food, specifically describing food and cooking techniques. To be specific, we will learn about commands, telling someone to do something using the present simple tense, describing cooking techniques, describing actions in the present continuous tense, how foods are prepared and cooked, describing foods using adjectives, and how we can turn verbs into adjectives. This may seem like a lot of complicated grammar, chef, but hopefully you will see how simple this is by the end of today's class. Now, to be a chef and to work in a kitchen, you need to know different dishes. I will show you a picture of a dish, and you will have 10 seconds to guess the name of the food. Let's start with the first dish. What is the name of the dish? It's fried chicken. How often do you eat fried chicken? Once a week? Once a month? Never? Let's look at our second dish. What is this? It's spaghetti and meatballs. Now, for our third dish. What is it? It's dumplings. Let's look at our fourth dish. What is it? It's salad. This is our final dish. What is it? It's noodle soup. Okay, chef. Although we will look at 3 different grammatical concepts, they will all use the same words. Let's look at all of our words with their Korean translations. If you think it will help you remember, feel free to write them down. Perfectly memorizing these words is helpful, but understanding today's grammar points is more important. So don't worry if you can't remember the words' meanings straight away. To fry, to fry. To roast, to roast. To slice, to slice. To stir, to stir. To mix, to mix. To boil, to boil. To dice, to dice. To season, to season. First, we can use these words to give instructions or commands. But who is giving the instructions and commands? And who is receiving the instructions and commands? Let's meet the 2 different kitchen workers you will learn about today: the sous chef and the station chef. The sous chef manages the kitchen and the other chefs, and ensures everything in the kitchen runs smoothly. He gives instructions and commands. The station chef does most of the cooking. He will listen to the sous chef and use different cooking techniques to prepare the food. He receives instructions and commands. Oh, we have an order up. One of our customers ordered some food. They ordered roast beef. The sous chef will give a command to the station chef. Chef, roast the beef, please. Which word gives the command and the instruction? Which word is the verb? The verb is roast. Oh, another order. Let's see what instruction the sous chef gives the station chef. Chef, fry the fish, please. Which word gives the command and the instruction? Which word is the verb? The verb is fry. As you can see, when giving a command or instruction, you don't need to change the verb at all. You can use it in its present simple form. So how does the station chef tell the sous chef that they are doing what has been instructed of them? They can use the present continuous tense. They can describe what they are doing in that moment. They can tell the sous chef that they are following the instruction. So let's look at the interaction. Let's look at the conversation. The sous chef says, Chef, roast the beef, please. The station chef starts to roast the beef. The station chef says, Yes, chef, I am roasting the beef. The station chef described the action. He said what he was doing. He was following the instruction. He received the command, and then he was roasting the beef. Let's look at the second interaction. The sous chef says, Chef, fry the fish. The station chef starts to fry the fish. The station chef says, Yes, chef, I am frying the fish. What do you see in the station chef's response? What happened to the verb? Roast became roasting. Fry became frying. You can add ing to a verb to show that you are doing it at that very moment. You can use the present continuous tense to describe an action you are doing. For example, what are we doing right now? I am teaching. You are learning. Now, please look at exercise 1 on your worksheet. Please fill in the blanks. Complete the interactions. Look at what one person says. Find the verb in one person's sentence, then change it into an instruction or a response. You have 7 minutes to fill in the blanks. Then we will look at the answers. Remember that the answers will be different forms of the vocabulary you learned earlier. Feel free to go back and look at the Korean translations to get a better understanding of the vocabulary. If you need to rewind the video to look at the translations whilst completing the first activity, that's fine. Remembering the vocabulary is important, but the most important thing is understanding the difference between present simple tense commands and the present continuous tense responses. Good luck! Okay, let's look at the answers. Here they are. How many did you get right? Good job. Now that we have given commands and we have responded by describing our actions, let's describe the food. Let's describe the way the food was prepared. Sometimes the station chef will have to say that an action is completed. They will use adjectives to describe the state of the food, showing that they have finished using a particular cooking technique to change the state of the ingredient or the food. Look at this interaction. The sous chef says, "Chef, slice the onions, please." The station chef says, "Yes, chef, I am slicing the onion." The station chef finishes slicing the onions. He needs to tell the sous chef that he has done what he was told. He needs to say that he has prepared the ingredient in a certain way. The station chef then says, "The onions are sliced, chef." Let's look at the verb to slice in three forms. Slice can be used as an instruction or command. Slicing, describing an action as it happens. Sliced, an adjective. It describes the action or cooking technique used to prepare the food. Someone sliced the onions. It is sliced. Let's look at another example. The sous chef says, "Chef, boil the potatoes, please." The station chef starts boiling the potatoes and says, "Yes, chef, I am boiling the potatoes." 15 minutes pass. The station chef finishes boiling the potatoes. He needs to tell the sous chef that he has done what he was told. He needs to say that the potatoes are prepared in a certain way. The station chef says, "The potatoes are boiled, chef." What's the verb? It's to boil. Let's look at the verb in three forms. Boil can be used as an instruction or command. Boiling, describing an action as it happens. Boiled, an adjective. It describes the action or cooking technique used to prepare the food. Someone boiled the potatoes. They are boiled. With most verbs, you can add ed to turn the verb into an adjective. Sliced and boiled are two examples. However, let's look at an earlier example. The sous chef says, "Chef, fry the fish, please." The station chef starts to fry the fish and says, "Yes, chef, I am frying the fish." What do you think the adjective will be? Fried? F-R-Y-E-D? No. When a verb ends in a Y, we replace the Y with an I and then add ed. So what's the answer? Take 15 seconds to work it out. The answer is fried, F-R-I-E-D. Let's complete the interaction. The station chef says, "The fish is fried, chef." Look at activity 2 of your worksheet. Describe all the different foods. How were they cooked? How were they prepared? To describe the food, turn the verb into an adjective. Remember the rule for verbs ending in Y. You have 5 minutes to complete the worksheet. Now, let's look at the answers. How many did you get right? Great job. Let's move on to our final activity. For your final activity, you will be asked to complete a recipe. There is no longer a sous chef and a station chef, just you and a recipe. You are not in a restaurant kitchen. You are at home in your own kitchen. You've done your grocery shopping and you have all your ingredients. You are ready to make chicken noodle soup. Look at Activity 3 on your worksheet. It is a recipe for chicken noodle soup. You can see that there are lots of blank spaces. You need to fill in the blanks with the correct word from the word bank below. To understand how to complete the worksheet, you need to understand whether you should use a present simple tense command, the present continuous tense description of an action, or an adjective showing that a cooking technique has been used on a particular food. Let's look at the first part of the recipe to see the type of sentences you may find in this activity. This is a command. Look at the 3 words below the sentence. Which word goes into the blank space? Remember, we need the present tense form to issue a command. Is the answer slice, slicing, or sliced? It's slice. The completed sentence is, slice your chicken thighs into strips. Let's look at the next sentence. The first word is a command. It is telling you to perform an action. Is the answer fry, frying, or fried? The second word is an adjective. It's describing the way the chicken thighs were prepared. Is it slice, slicing, or sliced? The answer is, put some vegetable oil in your frying pan on medium heat and fry the sliced chicken. Now, here is the final example of the type of sentence you may find. What is the first correct answer? Fry, frying, or fried? Remember, we are describing an action that is currently happening. What is the second correct answer? Dice, dicing, or diced? Remember, this is an instruction. It's a command. The answer is, whilst you are frying the chicken, dice the onions, celery, and carrots into small cubes. If there are any ingredients or other words you don't know, feel free to look them up. This is a good opportunity for some independent study and research. Remember, you need to think about whether the sentence is a command or instruction, a description of an action, or a description of how the food was prepared or cooked in a certain way. For this activity, it is important to understand the meanings of the different verbs shown to you earlier. So let's quickly review all our different verbs and cooking techniques. To fry, to fry. To roast, to roast. To slice, to slice. To stir, to stir. To mix, to mix. To to boil, to boil. To dice, to dice. To season, to season. You have 7 minutes to complete the recipe. Good luck. Now, let's look at the answers together. How many did you get right? Well done today, but just before we go, let's see if you can make some sentences all by yourself. Give the correct command. Chef, roast the duck, please. What are you doing? I'm stirring the soup, chef. Finally, describe the food. The meat is sliced, chef. Well done today. You've learned how to give commands, describe your actions, and describe the way different foods are prepared and cooked. You're now ready for work in any restaurant or kitchen. Okay, maybe not quite ready, but you've learned some important grammar points that not only apply to food, but to everyday scenarios. You learned that the present simple tense is not only a good way of describing regular actions, but a good way to give commands and instructions. You have learned how to describe your current actions using the present continuous tense. You have also learned how to describe objects. You have learned how to say that a certain thing has been changed or transformed using a particular process. And as a bonus, you've learned some important words related to cooking. I hope you can take the grammatical principles learned today and apply them in your English conversation practice in the future. Thank you for your hard work today, and please use this video as a resource to revise the grammar points and vocabulary from today's class. Well done. Goodbye, chef.